What's up, traders? In tonight's video, we're going to take a look at the trade that I took on EURNZD, and we're going to take a look at Theta, Zil, and Digibyte for Mr. Marcos Hernandez. So please stay tuned. What is up, everybody? My name is Heath, and this is Trade Talk. So we're gonna start the video off with the trade recap, and then after I get done with that, we'll take a look at those three pairs from Mr. Marcos Hernandez. I apologize, Marcos, for not getting to him a little bit earlier. I didn't make a video last night because I forgot to take pictures of the trade I took on this specific pair, but I'll go into that a little bit more as we get going here. So here we go. So basically, this is the candle. This is the candle that we made today in the New York session. Was this candle down here, right here? You can see that I had a market structure marked out from this last down closing candle here. All right, that was the first area that I had, and then my upper area of the range was the top of this up closing candle. Now, when I went into the charts this morning, basically, what I was looking at was we had closed above, and then we basically rejected. What did we reject? Well, we rejected this market structure here. Okay, so we came up and then we closed back below it. And then this candle took out the opening price of this candle with a closure lower. So when I woke up in the morning, this morning at 6 o'clock, I came to the command center. We were currently on this candle here. So going down to an 8 hour or a 1 hour, I apologize, going down to a 1 hour chart, I'm going to show you exactly what I was looking at. So this is, let me get rid of one of these. It's driving me crazy. I'm OCD like that. So this is where we were when I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning. And on the hourly chart, you can see that we did get a closure below that market structure on the 8 hour time frame that I was looking at, and a rejection. And then with this candle, we closed above, but it wasn't a strong close above. So when this candle opened and then started trading back below this line here, we were trading below the line. I went into a 5-minute time frame, and I was looking at this line, and I was watching it very, very closely. Now, this line is the current, or was the current 8 hour market structure line that I was watching. However, we were dilly-dallying around that line, and this is when I looked to enter the trade. I had my position. I'll just go ahead and show you right here. This is my original entry at 1.71756. Now, I did move it down just a little bit, like a pip or close to 2 pips or whatever, because basically the spread was pretty, it was around 4 pips this morning. So looking at that spread, I wanted to make sure that I got entered when we moved up here. So this candle right here triggered me into the trade. Alright, so that candle triggered me into the trade, and as you can see right here in the chat room, I wrote that I have a limit sell at 1.71756 with an 11 pip stop. And then 7 minutes later, I wrote into the chat that that order was filled. And it was filled. It was filled on this push up right here. Now, the information that I'm about to tell you is for sale. No, I'm just kidding. This was the last up closing candle that we made on a 5-minute chart. You can see there, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. This was the candle that I was basing my entry on. Had I left my entry right at the open of this candle, then I wouldn't have got filled. So with the spread being like around 4 pips this morning when the New York Open was happening, or an hour or so before the New York Open, I moved my entry a little lower than this candle. But this was the candle that I was watching. So I had my stop above this high. Well, let me show you real quick. So this is the picture right here. So this is that 5-minute candle that I'm talking about that I was watching. You can see I have my entry right there, right below it. And then I had my stop above this high of this candle, but that's not what I was watching, guys. All right. This high means nothing to me. What meant something to me this morning when I took the trade was this last up closing 5-minute candle. So let's go back into the charts and I will explain. So here is that last up closing 5-minute candle. If I take this line right here and put it at the open of that candle, would you look at that? Oh, so beautiful. Look at that. Oh, so beautiful. So you can see this was the candle that was in play. Now that doesn't make sense to you new traders, so make sure you subscribe and you stay tuned, because these videos that I'm putting out on YouTube for free without any course selling or any of that stuff is going to teach you how real professional traders like myself scalp these markets on a daily basis. All right? It's also important to understand that day trading does not mean taking a trade every single day. I look for entries. When I put the information in the chat this morning, I basically said EURNZD out of all the Forex pairs was the only thing that I seen a possible trade entry on for the New York session this morning. So it was the only pair on my radar for a trade entry. And it's because we were trading around, well, it wasn't right there, but it was in this area here, that market structure. So basically what I was looking for was failure at that market structure that I took from an 8-hour time frame. And as long as we had that, I was looking to enter short, first targeting the low of day that was put in during the London session. But the main level that I was targeting was this low here. So I had my take profit set just above, or like right in the middle of this green candle right here. All right. And you can see that once we traded today, we came down on this push down here and took me out of the trade, 2/3 of the position. Now on this leg down, I did exit the rest of the position because it is the week. It's these 2 weeks, the Christmas week and the New Year's week, usually has thin liquidity, and price can move crazy when there's thin liquidity. So technical analysis does not work as good. So I am out of the position full. I took 4%, a little over 4% on all the scale outs. So essentially, once I seen this push up, which this push up right here triggered me into the trade short, and I had my stop over right at this high. But essentially, if we would have traded up into this candle and closed above this candle's close, I would have exited the trade instantly, because I would have knew right then and there that I was wrong on the trade. All right. So you can see we traded up into it, and then boom. Once we got this candle right here, this low, took out this stuff right here and this stuff right here, the low of these candles and the low of these candles, I felt like I was in good shape. And as you can see, I was. So that's what I was looking at. I was watching this candle. Why this candle? Well, this market structure, this is a main market structure level on an 8-hour time frame. All right, so it's very important. Why this candle? Because as soon as we traded, we rejected from the market structure and then traded right back up into it and rejected again. So when I was looking at price, we were right here. All right, none of this existed yet. Okay, so I needed something to go by. Why not this one? Well, because this was the last 5-minute candle that closed bullishly. And then we traded away from that level, and we traded away from that level strong. So in my thinking, if we close up in this candle, then this candle is no longer going to be the candle that professional traders are basing their trades on, or they're going to exit their trade as soon as this candle gets taken out with a closing above it. That indicates that I'm wrong on my direction. As long as we're closing 5-minute candles below this 5-minute candle, then I'm good. as long as it's going to be a range expansion day. So if it's going to be a range bound or choppy day, I might as well get, or I might get stopped out as well. So initially this was the low of day, and I was targeting the 2 days prior, the low 2 days prior to today. So I will show you that on a daily chart real quick. I was targeting this low was 2 days. This is today's candle. This candle just started opening. It just opened at 5 p.m. It's 7 o'clock, so it's only 2 hours old. But this was the low that I was targeting. However, I had my take profit at the low of this candle, just in case price turned around here. Why would price turn around here? Well, there's a lot of liquidity under here. I was targeting the stops underneath this candle. All right. I was targeting the stops under this candle, but I have my stop or my exit above this right at this candle's low. Because if there's enough momentum and that's the target that the market is going for, then it will take me out of the trade. So it's just a safe precaution. And at this point, it took me 2/3 out of my position, and I exited my position on this second push lower. And I'll show you that right now. So essentially, this took me out of the trade, 2/3 of the position. I moved my stop to break even. I also said all this in chat. And then this thing pushed down lower. Once we pushed down lower and took out this market structure here with this closing candle, I exited my trade. All right. So I'm no longer in this trade. I was looking at it as only, I was just looking for a day trade for anywhere from 30 to 50 pips. Make anywhere between 2 to 4%, and that's good. Yesterday I took a trade on this, but I didn't save the picture, so I didn't do a video, because I'm not going to do a video or a trade recap on a trade that I can't prove to you that I actually took it. So that's why I didn't do it. But I did take a trade yesterday. I went long on this pair right here on yesterday's New York Open and made 2%. So this puts me about 6% up on the week. And if you're keeping score, yep, I've been up every week since I started making this YouTube channel. And I will tell you when I lose trades. I do lose trades. So, and I have said in the videos previously when I did lose trades. This channel is going to be 100% truth and nothing but the truth. And I am going to do my best to teach you new traders what I look for if you're into scalping the markets. If you're not into scalping the markets or looking for day trades in the FX markets, then I suggest you stick with the swing trading method that Jordan provides. And I love Jordan. He's the best guy in the world. He's one of my best friends, and his strategies when it comes to swing trading these markets is fantastic. I'm just doing this channel for the people that have a little bit of scalping blood within their bodies, like myself. I'm a scalper at heart, and I'm always going to scalp because I like to take, anywhere between 20 to 150 pips a week out of the market. And I like to do that without leaving any risk on the table. And scalping allows me to do that. All right, so that's the trade I took. It worked out beautiful. It was a great trade. And I'm up 6% on the week. Let's go take a look at those other 3 pairs that Marcos wanted me to take a look at. So I've already got some lines going on here, and it looks pretty dirty. So let's get rid of that. Right there. Let's get rid of these in here. What happened was I already made this video, and I did it on the new computer without realizing that all of my other stuff that I need to make these videos is on the other computer. So I have to do another one real quick, and that's what we're doing right now. All right, so here we are on Theta USD. This is your market structure high right here that is being currently tested as resistance. You could actually put it right here on this candle if you wish. It doesn't really matter. This is your range currently. We have traded below and made a new market structure low. So that's what this line is. It comes from the close of this bearish candle. Price is trading in this range. So far you have rejected the market structure coming off of this 8-hour candle. So basically, if you close an 8-hour candle above this level, which is 1.4424, then look for this area to come into play at 1.5546. You get a closure above that, then your target would ultimately be this market structure and this high. But first would be this market structure, and that is at 1.666052. Now, if you cannot close that 8-hour candle above this market structure here, and you close one below this one at 1.39245, look for this area to come into play. You close below that, the next area to look for is going to be the low of this candle, and that's at 1.2811 right here. All right, so that's your 8-hour range for the next day or two. So basically, I show you how to get ranges for scalps for intraday trades for the days to come. I eventually will start doing more of the CTM method swing trading on these videos to help the swing traders out as well. I just got to get an okay from Jordan to do so, and I'm sure he will be okay with that. All right, so here on Digibyte. Digibyte is very gappy. It's very low liquid price. As you can see here, this is an 8-hour chart, and it looks like a 1-minute chart on a low cap $2 stock. It looks like no one's trading this thing, but I'll go ahead and get some levels because the liquidity did firm up in this push up here, and you can see that with the closures more or better than they are over here. So with all that said, this is going to be your low market structure to watch for a close below if you're bearish. If you're bearish, you want to close below that, and that is 0.02412. You get a closure below that. Your next area to watch is going to be this candle's close, and that is at 0.02305. Obviously, a close below that, look for this level at 0.216. Now, this is in a range, so you can't really do anything until you get a closure below this level, or you get a closure above 0.02782. If you do get a closure above 0.02782, look for this high to come into play. But with this, always remember, this market structure will act as resistance. But ultimately, I would assume the market would be aiming for that high. But this is your next market structure level, and that's at 0.03000. And finally, ZILLUSD. Now, Zilliqa is trading in a range. You have this market structure right here at 0.08922510. And then the low end of that range is the close of this candle, this bearish candle, at 0.07641544. So as long as you're trading within this range, you have no direction and you shouldn't worry about anything. However, you get a closure above 0.89222510. Look for this high to come into play at 0.10004357. If you get an 8-hour closure below 0.0764, look for this area to come into play at 0.06429. All right, guys, I hope that does it for you. If you have a pair or a stock or a cryptocurrency that you want me to take a look at, drop it in the comment section below, and I will look at that on my next video. And I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to say tonight. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.